So as always, I'd like to invite you to begin your yoga practice by finding a comfortable seat. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. And so I actually have an old sticky mat along my spine, which feels amazing. And this, if you have one available to you, you're going to be able to use a little blanket placed right along your spine. That can help kind of counter some of the collapsing forward that we do in your chest. I also have a weighted blanket on my thighs on the lap, and this can really be lovely tool to help ground us a little bit. And so sitting comfortably, effortlessly upright. An invitation to bring your hands together in heart center. And maybe even taking a moment to notice how it feels to have your hands in this place. And so if this makes you lose your balance in any way, choose another placement for you. And so we never forfeit balance to come into a pose. And then when you're ready, an invitation to lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. And to inhale. And take a moment to set an intention to consciously enter into the present. And then when you're ready, release your arms down by your sides, spiral your palms open up your armpits and wave your toes. So shake your hands, release it. And so if anything I share with you today feels uncomfortable, if it hurts, skip it. Come back to your breath. If you ever feel dizziness, nausea during the pose or movement, come out of the pose or movement. And particularly with the neck movements, if you feel dizziness, it might be something that you need to have checked out. If you need to leave the space for any reason, take care of yourself, by all means do. And feel free to come back. And so let's, moving on, ground through your feet. Center ground through the soles of your feet. And we want to keep our connection with Mother Nature. And we tend to start losing that. Root down through your sits bones. So maybe noticing where your bottom and your thighs are in contact with your seat. And then energy moving in two directions. Lengthen from the tip of your tailbone all the way up through the crown. So you might imagine that you have a thread on top of your head and it's pulling you way up to the sky. Roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And as you're ready, we'll transition into a practice called mindful movement. So linking our breath with the movement. Reach your arm way up to the sky. And then gently float your arm. A gentle movement, reaching way up to the sky. And then slowly float your arm. So let's explore adding a gentle breath to the movement. On inhale, reaching. Full length of your inhale. And on exhale, float your arm down. Full length of your inhale. It's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. On exhale, beginning, a middle, and an end. Release both arms down by your side. Then rest your hands on your thighs. And we'll begin the movement on the other side. As you're ready, reaching your arm way up in the sky. Gently forward. So gentle movement, reaching way up and slowly forward. So let's explore adding a gentle breath to the movement. On inhale, reaching up full length of the inhale. On exhale, float your arm down full length of the inhale. So it's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. On exhale, beginning, middle, and end. Release both arms down by your side and stomach. We're reaching both arms way up to the sky. Place your hands on the back of your head if that's available to you. Or maybe folding your fingers in, pressing into the palms of your hands. And together we can shout out, I am strong. I am good. And with a sigh of relief, release your arms and arms. Roll your shoulders back and down to sit your. Rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down as desired. And maybe noticing which feels better for you. Resting your palms face up, or does it feel better to rest your palms face down? So if you're tired, I'd like to invite you to explore resting your palms face up, open to receive. If you are feeling restless, scattered, palms face down can help ground it. And then when you're ready, an invitation to begin to move your gaze down. So moving away from the busyness in our brains and more towards our heart. Inviting your facial muscles to soften and move. Our jaws relax. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to place your hands on your booty belly. And from here, we'll transition into a breath awareness. And so maybe noticing that as we inhale, things expand. And as we exhale, things contract. So notice, is your breath long? Is it smooth, or is your breath jagged? And breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Or maybe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Or if it feels better for you, breathing in and out through your mouth. And so if you're congested, breathe in whatever way. And so from here, I'd like to share a simple breathing exercise with you that can help with pain care and pain management. And so as you're ready, begin to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. And so when we lengthen our exhale, it is calming for our nervous system. And then see if you can begin to smooth out your breath so that your inhales and your exhales are about the same duration and quality. At any point, if you notice that your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. And then lastly, I'd like to invite you to see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. So you might imagine that you just tasted something delicious. And see if you can bring that same softness to areas of your body that you feeling too tight or knotted. Our breath is long and smooth and soft as we breathe in and as we breathe out. And just for a few more breaths, or as long as it feels comfortable, I'd like to invite you to keep a simple breathing exercise going. At any point, if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, as often as an invitation to bring your awareness to the sounds around. So I can hear the ticking of this old clock in my living space. And sometimes the pitter patter of my rabbit, Bobbie, his little feet, pitter pattering across the floor. And then maybe noticing the gentle tone in my voice. And in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath. Our old friend, breath. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm. Maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And then bring your chin towards your foot center. And gradually blink your eyes. And so notice if you feel a subtle difference in your energy. And so we've begun the process of tuning into our bodies and connecting with our breath. And so the bridge between our body and our mind is in. When you're ready, pardon me, release your arms by your sides, spiral, your hands open, and again, really big fidgets. So a little more vigorous this time. Doing bum dance if you have. And so at this time, if you have the ability to walk your hips forward in your chair, I can invite you to scoot forward about 2/3 of the way in your chair. If you're needing the back of the chair today for support, honor that. So yoga needs us right where we are. And so let's repose, ground through your feet. So making sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor of your footrest. Sit bones are sharp on your chin. Lengthen from the tip of your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. So you might imagine you have a thread on top of your head and it's pulling you way up to the sky. Roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands to your foot center. And we'll transition into a practice called sun breath. Meditation on the heart. And so if it feels comfortable with your hands at your heart center, wonderful. Maybe it feels better to have your hands placed on your feet. And so on inhale, extend your arms up and away from you. And then on exhale, bring our palms back together with our heart center and maybe our breathe out. And so keeping this gentle movement, heart opener flowing in your own tiny movement. And so if you'd like, imagine the sun at your foot center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms away from you, imagine the rays of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. It's a symbol of a light that's always inside. And so inhale. If you'd like to join me in chanting Om or making a humming sound if you'd like. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Place one hand on your yoga belly, the area between your navel and your finger bone, your other palm on your foot center. And maybe noticing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Place your hands on the back of your head and maybe folding fingers into the palms of your hand. And together we can shout out, I am strong. I am fearless. And with a sigh of relief, release your arms down by your side. So rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down as desired. And from here, we'll transition to a nice warm up for our neck and our shoulders. And so when you're ready, begin to make simple neck rolls. See if you can resist the temptation to go to your full range of motion. Your Buddha belly is soft, breath is quiet. And then other direction. Move your head from side to side as if nodding no. And then maybe just tipping your head from side to side a few times. And then we'll transition to shoulder circles. So moving your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Soft, organic movements, nothing rigid. And other direction. And then maybe exploring alternating from side to side. So if you like, you can imagine you're swimming, doing the breaststroke. And then forwards, and maybe with breaststroke. I think I said breaststroke and went back, and maybe even a dog. And then when you're ready, turn your palms face up. Take your hands to your shoulders, so where you can reach comfortably. And then stretch your palms. Take your hands to your shoulders. Stretch your palms. My bunny is at my heels, poking me, wanting my attention. And then maybe alternate from side to side. And so when we move asymmetrically, this is good for our brain health. So particularly the hand on neck. When you're ready, release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands up to your shoulders, or wherever you can reach comfortably. And then imagine that you're drawing circles with your elbow. And see if you can create a little half smile, like a little Buddha smile. So when you smile, it releases saliva. It's a really nice, juicy mouth, juicy body. And then reverse direction. And of course, coming out of the movement anytime you like. And slowly release. And so shake out of the mic and take a moment to notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensation. So trust that the sensations are there. So moving on, let's do some stretches for hands. And so stretch your palms and imagine starfish. And then bear claw, softness. Starfish, bear claw, softness. Starfish, bear claw, softness. And then circle your wrists in one direction. Circle your wrists in the opposite direction. And get a glimpse of Edie in the fireplace. And then imagine that you're playing piano. So we're getting that synovial fluid. Mother Nature's WD-40 covers all the little joints in it. Bring your palms face up. Circle your thumbs in one direction. Circle your thumbs in the opposite. So focus on what we can do. I can, interlace your fingers loosely and we'll practice it finger sound. So when we flow with our breath, magical in the other direction. Release your hands, reach your arms up to the sky. So stretch into the stretch. Get bigger in the space. Oh, you tend to shrink. And then slowly put your arms. Roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. Rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down, nose to side. And take a moment to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. To your natural rhythm. Maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And so when you're ready, bend your elbows. So I think I'd like to share a floor with you. So elbows are bent, fingers will reach into the sky. Draw your forearms in. Open up your chest. So you might imagine that you have a walnut between your shoulder blades. You're trying to crack it. Draw your elbow points down towards the earth. Bring your palms face in. On inhale, reaching up to the sky. And then on exhale, hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. And taking hold of the sides of the chair for stability. And then press down through your inner heels, place one hand on each knee, So let's repeat this flow 2 more times. So elbows are bent, palms face each other. Draw your forearms together. Inhale, open up your chest. Elbow points drawn down towards the earth. Bring your palms face in. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, hinging from your hips. Move forward with a flat back. Let your chin slightly. Pressing down through your inner heels. Come on back up. Place one hand on your chin. And one more time. So elbows are bent. Draw your forearms together. Inhale, open up your chest. Elbow points down towards the earth. Roll your fingers inwards. Reach up to the sky. Hinging from your hips forward. Press down through your inner heels. One hand on each palm. And come on back. Release your arms by your side and take it. And soft through the belly, quiet. Notice how you feel. Okay. So, invitation to place your hands on your thighs. And on inhales, you draw your hands in towards your hip creases. Turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. So it might be that your eyes meet where the ceiling meets your mouth. Be careful not to throw your head back. And so if your head's back too far, it'll be difficult to swallow. And we'll stay here for a few breaths as long as you're And then when you're ready, come on back to neutral spine. And then from here, I'll transition to warm up for upper back. So round your upper back, your shoulders, drawing your chin in towards your chest. On inhale, arch your upper back, slide your shoulders away from the earth. On exhale, round your upper back, draw your chin towards your heart center. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. And so from here, we'll come into a practice called cat and cow. So I'm going to turn my chair sideways so that you get a better view, an idea of what's going on in our spines as we practice cat and cow. Actually, I think I will turn it. And so if you have the ability to bring your feet a little wider than out of the bone distance, do so. Making sure that your knees are in line with your ankles. It's okay to have your feet turned out a little. And then with our hands resting on our thighs. On inhale, arch your back. So your spine looks like a smile. And then on exhale, round your back. As you round your back, draw your belly in towards your spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. So in your own time and rhythm, I'd like to invite you to keep this gentle massage through your spine flowing. So move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that your movements and your breath become new. Finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to neutral spine. Release your arms down by your side. And then rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down as desired. And take a moment to notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensation. Okay, so moving on, I'd like to invite you to release your arms by your side and just shifting our weight from side to side. Stand beyond your wrists, beyond your feet. And then maybe if you like, bend your arms all in front of you, keep your face soft, looking straight ahead and into a twist. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, you can bend your elbows, towards reach to the sky. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. If you'd like to challenge yourself even more, you can bring your elbows in line with your shoulders, so goalposts, moving with your breath. Remember your little Buddhist smile, so smile whether you're happy or not. And then slowly come back to your neutral spine, release your arms by your side. Rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down, waist to side. And then let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Okay. So now that we're warmed up, we're in our bodies, let's come into a fuller version of a side bend. And so maybe shifting your weight from side to side, pull the butterfly away from your sit bone. Make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor, on your footrest. Sitting up nice and tall. Push down through one foot and then through the other. And then when you're ready, take hold of the left side of your chair, maybe your wheel if you're in a wheelchair, if that works better for you. And then release your right arm down by your side, so I will mirror you. Spiral your palm open. And with a soft bend in your elbow, take your arm up to your shoulder, your hand tipping to the side. Or maybe you feel comfortable reaching way up in the front. Turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck and breathe into your side body, into your ribcage. Can you imagine breathing in below your ribcage? And slowly come out of the pose on the side. And let's practice the pose on the other side, taking hold of the right side of your chair. Release your left arm by your side, spiral your palm open. And inhale, taking your arm to your place, and maybe your hands on your shoulder, maybe reaching way up and down. So we're stretching from our armpit down the lower rib cage, all the way down to and then slowly come out of the pose on this. Release both arms by your side and rest your hands on your thighs, going up or down as desired. And so soft through the belly incline. So moving on, let's come into a full version of a seated twist. And then, so if you have the ability to bring your feet out a little wider than outer hip bone distance, knees in line with your ankles, it's okay to have your feet turned in. And then an invitation to reach your right hand over to the outside of your left knee and thigh. Left hand comes beside you on the chair behind you. And so you can see that we're already into the twist at this point. Let's see if we can go a little deeper. On inhale, lengthen your spine. On exhale, twist. So our head turns left. And see if you can resist the temptation to turn your head to its full range of motion. Soft through the belly, quiet breath. Unwind. Take a moment and we'll come into the pose on the other side. So reach your left hand over to the outside of your right knee thigh. Right hand comes beside you on the chair behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale. Close your eyes softly. Focus inward or soften your gaze. And slowly one. And so let's explore flowing in and out of the twist. So an inhale, reaching up to the sky, and exhale. So in your own time and rhythm, and we all have our own rhythm. Keeping this gentle movement flowing. And making sure that you go into the twist on the exhale. And finish up the movement that you're on. And back to the twist one. Rest your hands on your thighs, palm up again as you stop. And let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm. Maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your back. Oh. And so side bends, twist, and pretty intense spinal movements. So you need to realign your spine. And so we can do that with a seated forward fold. So I really want to stress the importance of not coming into a forward bend slow. To my knowledge, coming into the pose, 20% is safe for most people. If you happen to know that this pose is contraindicated for you, on your back. And so if you have bulging disc fractures, maybe it's more about sitting up nice and tall and lengthening. And so take hold of the underneath of the side of your chin, hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat. So it's not about seeing how far we can go. Just coming in just right now and effort. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then imagine you breathing into your lower back. So notice how you feel in the pose. So forward bends are calming for the nervous system. And slowly come out of the pose by pressing down through your inner heel. So it might be an energetic pushing. Place one hand on each of your thigh, lift it in chest, and back. Okay, so I'd like to actually just practice a few more movements before we transition into a guided meditation and final relaxation. And so bring your hands in towards your hip creases. And I'd like to share practice that I don't think I've shared in this class before. And so I like to call it stirring of thought. So as you're ready on it, inhale, circle forward. Moving from your hips. Exhale back. Inhale, moving forward. And exhale, pressing back. So it's like you're pressing your back with your chin. And so this movement can feel a little strange if you're not accustomed to it. So flowing with our breath. And as you begin to feel your hips and your lower back soften and release a little, so you can go a little deeper. Moving your shoulders towards your head or your knees. Of course, we're not going to come down all the way. And then reverse the direction, opposite direction. And so become aware of the space in front of you, the space beside you, and bring your awareness to the space above you, and especially to the space behind you. And trust that you're being supported. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. Release your arms by your side and rest your hands on your thighs. Palm up or down as you like. And notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensation. And so let's get into an adapted version of sun salutation if you'd like. And so palms come together at a heart center with grounded through feet, so don't sharpen your chin. Release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open on inhale, reaching up into mountain pose. Take a look between your palms if it doesn't create tension in there. And return your gaze on the horizon. Maybe your hands come together in prayer, then through. Release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, softening your elbows, reaching up into mountain pose. So maybe notice how it feels to have your arms up around your ears if that feels too intense. Hold this. Wonderful turn. Bring your palms together in prayer, then through. Release your arms down by your sides, spiral your palms open, reaching up into mountain pose. Bring your hands together and in prayer, then through. On exhale, hinging from the hips, rock forward with the back. Take hold of the sides of your chair for stability. Tuck your chin in slightly, release the back of your neck. And then pressing down through your inhales, concentrating on each new thigh. Come back out. Place your hands at your foot and release your arms by your sides. Spiral your palms open, reach up into mountain pose. Maybe your palms come together in prayer, then through. On exhale, gently twist to the left. Inhale, let's move back at center, gently twist to the left. On inhale, move back at center. Release your arms down by your side. Spiral your palms open, flowing with your breath. Inhale, reach up into mountain pose. Palms come together. And if you like, hug your right knee in towards your chest and belly. So like you imagine hugging your knee in towards your chest and belly. Imagination is place your foot back down onto the floor and your foot rest. Release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, reaching up into mountain pose. Maybe our hands come together in prayer, then through the left. On exhale, hug your left knee in towards your chest and belly. Place your hands behind your thigh, draw your knee to chest, chin to knee, and release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, softening your elbows, reaching up into mountain. Palms come together in prayer and food. So let's just practice one more round of sun salutation. So sun salutation is healing and strengthening. And so release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, reaching up into mountain pose. Maybe bring your palms together and clear and clear. Release your arms by your side, palms face up, reach up into mountain pose. Palms come together in prayer and clear to the front. Release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, reach up into mountain pose. Palms come together in prayer and clear to the front. On exhale, hinging from the hips, rock forward a little, take hold of the sides of your chair for serenity. Tuck your chin to release the back of the neck. Press down through your inner heels, place one hand on each of your thighs. And back up to your neutral spine. Hands at the heart. Arms by your sides, spiraling palms open, reach up to the sky. Palms come together in prayer and through. On exhale, gently twist to your left. Inhale, your back at center, gently twist to your right. Inhale, your back at center, release your arms by your side. Spiraling your palms open, reaching up to the heavens. Mountain pose. Palms come together in prayer and prayer. So I'm going to suggest this time that on exhale, you float your hands over your left hand palm. Palms face up, reaching into the sky. Hands come together in prayer and prayer. Exhale, float your hands down over your right knee, thigh. Release your arms by your sides. Spiral your palms over, reach up into the mountain. Palms come together in prayer and prayer. And then take a breath. And so let's come down off the mountain. So come on, seated comfortably back in your chair. And so I'm going to place this lovely sticky mat along the spine. And it's a little bit chilly here, and so make sure that you're warm, like the weight of a nice blanket on your thighs or pillow. And so today, I was actually going to read a poem, but I think I'd like to share a meditation from a lovely book that I picked up. Sure, I don't know if you can see that. So it's actually a children's book, and I thought it was beautifully illustrated. And so it's called I Am Peace, a book of mindfulness. And so there's a lovely meditation at the back of the book, so I'm going to share that with you today. And the author is Susan Bird, V-E-R-D-E, and the art is by Peter H. And so traditionally, meditation is practiced seated upright. However, for this practice, if you feel more comfortable reclining, go for it. And yeah. So maybe just rolling your shoulders back and down a few times. And so we'll begin by an invitation to close your eyes or soften your gaze if that feels more comfortable for you. And then gently place your hands on your belly. Notice your breathing at this time. Very nice. Is it fast or slow? Can you feel it filling your belly as you breathe in? Lift a hand and place it in front of you now. And as you breathe out, what does the air feel like on your hand? Is it warm, cool? Just notice. There's no right or wrong answer. So with both hands back on your belly, start breathing in through your nose, if you weren't already. So this will help slow down your breathing and filter the air going into your belly. So imagine your belly like an ocean, like the ocean. With each inhale, the waves rise, and with each exhale, they fall. Feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe. Now imagine there's a small boat on your ocean belly. What does it look like? You don't want the boat to capsize, but you do want to help guide it toward the shore. You can do this by taking nice, slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Create a steady rhythm for your boat by breathing in for 3 counts and out for 3. As your belly rises and falls, continue to guide your boat. After a few cycles of slow and steady breathing, imagine your boat has safely landed on the shore. Now bring your attention back to the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and out, in and out. Begin to notice how you feel. Is your breathing different than it was when you first started? Does your breath feel different? What about your mind? Is it sleepy or full of thoughts? Is it calm? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. When you feel ready, slowly open your eyes. If you are lying down, gently bring yourself to a seated position and say something kind to it. You are wonderful. You are special. You are. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to come into Serenity Pose. And so come into whatever position you'd like for that. And so an invitation to close your eyes softly and soften your gaze. Rest your palms face up or down as desired. Roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. So not scrunching your shoulder blades together, but allow your shoulders to soften away from it. This soft yoga belly, the area between your navel and your pubic bone. The soft palms, quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the flow. Relax your jaw and clench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temple. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. And then silently, if you like, on inhale, say let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And so if it's challenging to quiet your mind, sometimes placing your hands on your rooted belly and bringing your awareness to our breath can be helpful. Without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body. Thank your body. And so our bodies are the best home, our minds are the best. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet waking up. Like rub the tips of your fingers into your thumb. And then come on up seated comfortably to finish up your yoga. So bring your hands to your heart center. So it might be that you imagine a flame in front of you. And lifting your heart to your hands, bowing your head to your heart. Take a moment to remember the intention you set for your practice. And then let that go. And so take a moment to honor yourself for showing up for your yoga practice today. And so the teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher, each of you. And so, peace, peace. Notice how you feel before and after your yoga practice. So not just right after the practice, but for the next day or two. And yeah, so if you don't feel it all, it could be that you didn't work hard enough. If you are still feeling the practice after 2 days, maybe you went into the poses and movements a little too deep. And so always happy to receive any questions or feedback.